We're live in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Oh, New York. Stop getting me sexy. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
I'm gay. Okay, wait. This is Paul, and he's one of my closest friends. I wouldn't say best. That's rude. Today, I want to go over the 5 best tips. Best tips? Today I wanted to go over the 5 tips for living your best goddamn life.
Yes. First tip for living your best life is stop being a little bitch. Do your fucking work and get off your ass.
So just like suck it up. Like if you want something to happen, you gotta start making it happen. And I tend to get into like a lump of laziness, and I get what's the word? Like complacent? No, complicit. No,
Complacent.
Okay, and then tip number 2 is be humble and support your friends. When you're doing really well in your life, like just remember you start off somewhere, like don't get too crazy or too overconfident, and always support others and their hopes and dreams and their goals. And if you're gonna be shady to them, like just do it behind their back. I'm just kidding.
That's the only acceptable.
No, in all seriousness, so like Paul is pretty creative and he does a lot of photography, and I'm like 2 steps behind in his creativity, and he's always really supportive of everything that I do.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, it's important to remember those people who kind of encouraged me along the way and kind of return the favor in that way. The third one is don't fear failures. I feel like everybody has their own insecurities and they're afraid of what the outcome may be, and they overthink these things, and there's so many things that can happen, but you never know what will happen unless you actually try these things.
Yeah, I tend to like let my fear of failing prevent me from doing things that I know that I might be okay at, but I just like don't like to fail. And so now that I'm almost 30, like now I realize like there's like no shame in like trying, you know, like it doesn't hurt to like just try. And like I'm most of the time, like my motto in life has always been you lose most and you win some. And so like now I'm just kind of I'm not expecting failure, but like I'm okay with it because I'm gonna have a win eventually. No one's like no one's like, what are the sports stats? Like there's no one's ever lost their whole careers. You have 1 win somewhere, right? Like that's how sport, like O and O. No one's 0-0, right?
I don't know. I never know which number.
I know sports.
But I think it's important to take risks and not be afraid to take risks, because the outcome it's gonna be growth and lesson learned.
Mm-hmm. And we talk with our hands.
And we speak with our hands. Gesticulate.
Number 4 is treat yourself. So obviously within means of your budget, or out of your budget if you're like me. I think it's nice to reward yourself, especially if you reward yourself and it's like a healthy thing or something that's gonna help you, like a good investment, like maybe like a camera,
hey, or
like a printer that prints 8x8 photos. Or is it 8x8? 9x9?
13
by 9. And then or a computer, or I mean obviously those are big expensive things, but you can also treat yourself to like a dinner with your friends if you like had a really good week, or whatever you want to do, like a popsicle or a lollipop,
or even just like a day off, like where you just like relax, like you've been hustling all week and you just want a day to rest your mind.
Are we millennials? People drag millennials for tanky mental health days. I encourage mental health days on a day off.
They're definitely
they're important, but like I probably shouldn't call into work. But I mean, but if you haven't called into work for like a year, then go for it.
And you can afford the occurrence, then
yeah. If you can call into work for like you've been doing good for a really long time, Yeah, fucking cotton. And then the last tip is
spread love and love yourself.
Yeah, because sometimes I don't love myself. No, but
I think we kind of all like fall into that, and then it's important to remember that you are alive and everything that you're doing day in and day out, it's for yourself.
Yeah, like there are a lot of things that I wish that I was already done with doing, and so like they make me feel like a little bit insecure, or they make me feel like I'm not like up to par with where everyone else at and my friends are at. So I tend to feel really insecure. But then I remember like I'm fucking amazing.
Yeah, and it's also important to remember that everybody's on their own journey. Everybody has their own timeline of things. And you shouldn't compare yourself to others and where they are in their life.
Yeah, that's exactly where I meant to go with that. Like, I'm on my own path. Like, I realized a while back, like, I'm not on the same path as some of my other friends are. And so, like, my path's different. My path is, I'm probably not going to get my degree time in my mid-30s. I don't know. That's just my path. I don't know. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with taking my steps at my time at my own pace. I'm comfortable with moving at my own pace, and that helps me to like be happy with who I am and happy at where I'm at and love myself. And look at I'm wearing flannel.
Sexy.
But that's it. So those are your 5 best tips. I keep saying 5 best tips. Those are your 5 tips to living your best life. Our personal tips. Obviously, at the end of the day, if you really are in a rut, just ask yourself, what would Beyonce do?
Well, yes, what would Beyonce do?
What would Beyonce do? Or, put in whatever your icon or queen is. Like, I probably
whoever you stand for.
Yeah, like, you could do, like, what would,
Taylor Swift.
I don't know. What would Ruth Bader Ginsburg do?
What would Valentina do?
What would Valentina do? What would RuPaul do?
Yes.
That would, because honestly, RuPaul is the most inspiring, not expiring. Okay, I think we did good. Is it still on? Oh shit.